my profound thanks and appreciation to all our members of our great party, the PDP, for an outstanding show of solidarity and support for our party last Saturday. This would not have been possible if the leaders of our party did not rally round our membership. I want to thank our leaders and to let you know that from our interactions last Saturday with the candidates, you left in their hearts a very, very indelible impression of PDP Edo in their minds. In fact, when they were leaving in the evening, they said, Edo will now be the template for our rallies going forward. But we also told them that, yes, Edo is Edo. We are ready to do the work. We are ready to help rescue Nigeria. But once we finish the task of rescuing Nigeria, we will not accept to be left behind again. I have just come in from Orion now. I passed through Abudu. I saw a federal government project being funded by the Korean government. The grant, as usual, they have abandoned it, and we're going to make trouble. So we say this kind of things will not happen with us going forward. That is why we are all going to put in everything we have to make sure that PDP wins the presidential elections and majority of the National Assembly seats in the next elections, so that it's a PDP government and we don't have anybody to blame. This election, as you all know, is going to be a different election. Because, as God will have it, when myself and my deputy ran, and you all went around with us, we set a new order for elections in Nigeria. That has become the new template for elections, the way elections are conducted, which is now really bottomed up, not top down. The other addition, which Edo has come up with, and we can see this clearly, is that this election really is a risk. The risk bearers in this election are the candidates. They are the greatest risk bearers. So the elections will be woven around them. Every candidate working with the leadership of each constituency must have somebody whose number we know, whose photograph we know, who is his or her agent in that every polling unit. We have to have it now. In the past, we normally select the agents a few days to the election. Is that not so? Now, that agent is going to be your key coordinator, your manager in that unit. So the House of Assembly person, you must have your own agent. House of Representatives, you have your own agent. Senate, you have your own agent. Me, who's representing the president, I will have my own agents. Is that clear? So that in every unit, there is a 5-man management team that will manage the election in that unit. As soon as this committee starts to work this afternoon, the technology group is already in place. We will give you the list of all the registered members from the wards. We don't know, because units were now delineated, we are not sure who has been moved to what units. So the ward management committees, you people will sit and work with people so that we now know who the list that will be displayed in every unit. And we have to go and look for our members who are in those units and then begin to canvass them and other people. Election has become very scientific. With the beavers, you cannot accredit more than the accreditation process is very straightforward. And you can't have more votes that day than those accredited. And the moment you finish voting by 2 o'clock, once you sort out and count those votes, and our agents sign, that is the election. Because those ballot papers get uploaded straight into the INEC portal. Our own version, we upload our own here in our own portal or wherever our situation room will be. So by the time you are going to the word collation, we know what to expect you to collate. Do you get it? So if any magic happens in the word collation, nobody leaves there until the right thing is done. Are we clear? So the key is that the election of the 23rd of February will not be determined that day, to be determined by what we do between now and then. I believe that this will be an easy election for us if we campaign right. Because honestly, we must be. Our heads should be examined as citizens of Nigeria if we even contemplate voting for a government like APC. In fact, like I said, God forbid APC comes into power. This country will break up. This country will fail. It has already failed. Because, nobody has done the kind of damage the APC government has done to this country. I don't know how we will recover. I honestly don't. For us, my heart is beating that by the time President Atiku gets in, we will not be able to sleep day and night. As I speak to you today, the debt of this country, of our country, is going to 60 trillion. When are we going to get out of it? Every day, every month, they're printing. When I spoke more than a year ago, I did not know it was as bad as this. What they have done, what will happen to the Naira, only God will help us. They have destroyed the basis of this country. Now they are shouting, everybody has withdrawn children from school. Nobody's going to work or school in Abuja today because there's a threat. That is what they have done. They have threatened the existence of this country. And by the grace of God, our candidate will win. We will bring back Nigeria. We will unify this country. We will reduce the differences we have. And we'll begin to build our country to what God said we should be. This morning, I went to Igboko, right? In Oriomo. Igboko, in Iyokoriomo. This morning, that's where I'm coming from now. What I saw was just amazing. Do you know we have another modular refinery there? They are going to start. I just went there to see them. Today they started testing the gas and the fuel from the oil fields there. I went to see with my 2 eyes. They said, Oga, this morning we want to start testing. Please come and see. They have a whole energy pack. They are drilling. Somebody is drilling there. Summit is drilling. They are taking the oil, the gas. They are processing. We'll be bringing diesel, kerosene. The rest of the gas, they are giving us CNG. They have a data center there, Tier 4 data center. saying, what else do I need? Please, you are going to help me get power and give to people in Abudu. Give so that we can build. So we have, even if small Edo have all these things, can you imagine our country, Nigeria? So our politics today is about our survival. It's not about what we eat now. Because if we focus on what we eat today, tomorrow we'll die. So whatever sacrifice we must make in this election, we must make it to change the future of this country. This election is an existential one for us. It is not like the politics we used to play. Are we clear? For Edo, God has been good to us. We clearly know where we are going. This election is also very, very important for us in government. We cannot be in opposition again. If you are opposing something that is good, you know. But you can't be opposing something that is bad. So this election is ours to lose. Because I don't see any other person in the horizon. People who say they are obedient, of course, let them be, but they will run out of steam. We know how to manage elections. How many people have been able to do what we are doing? They can't even form their campaign council, not to talk about having a timetable for elections. You get it? So this election is ours to lose, and by the grace of God, we will not lose it. We now need to quickly set up our own and then see how we can help the other PDP state. We shouldn't worry about what is going on. There's no division in our party. A few people may be aggrieved, but fundamentally, everybody is working for PDP. True or false? So let us not get distracted anymore. Let us just keep our eyes on the ball and move. We have to determine the number of votes we want to deliver in our units, in our wards, in our local governments, so that we know how many votes we need to give to our president and vice president. So, on that note, I want to conclude by saying that we have the infrastructure to deliver these elections. It is going to be a very technical one, but we had the experience. We did it in Edo, we did it in Osun. We know what to do. I trust all of you, because we worked with all of you. Because it's like we are going to war, we will not take chances. Do you get it? We will not take chances. It's only those we know can do what is required in the battlefield that we will put there. Those we are not sure of, they will go to auxiliary and support from the back. Is it clear? We are not taking any chances. So from tomorrow, you will see me reeling out some series of measures. This is all to secure our election next year. As for our candidates, you are the ones whose names are at stake. We are not going to do your work for you. You have to be in front, and the party and the campaign team will support you. Is that clear? Not that the one will be waking you up. Oh, so and so is happening in your constituency. It cannot happen. There is no sleeping again until that election night. Every day, you're now, at least you see, we have the structure down. All the information you need, you will get. Support, you will get. But the work, you must do. Nobody's going to do your work for you. This campaign council, this campaign team is to guide you. First election, 3 ballots. right? 3 ballots. And what we must do is, in our mind, strategically, let everybody know it's the umbrella. I won't say much until the press go away. We will lay out our strategies. But please, 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 candidates, this is your election. We are not the ones that should be pursuing you. You should be pursuing the campaign committee. On that note, I want to thank all of you who have accepted to be members of the campaign management committee. It's a lot of sacrifice. It is a lot of sacrifice, we know. But you have done it before. There's none of you we have nominated or appointed that we have not tested. Is it Chifida has an old election war horse, or Prince Okoje, or Henry Tenebe, or is it Gulda? So you have been tried and tested. We know you have the steel and what it takes to deliver on elections. We have to carry everybody along. You have to help with setting up the local government campaign councils and work with the local government and encourage them to set up the ward campaign councils. And I would like all of this to be done by November 1, so that we have all of November to work. Then December, Christmas will be the height. So that when we come back in January, it will be more like mopping up. So, distinguished party men, I want to say congratulations to all of us again, and that the work has just started. So far, God is with us. In everything we do, we should not forget that it is God that has the victory, not us. And we must never, never forget that and get carried away that we're doing all of this because of our own might. Thank you very much. And I believe that the Chifida will now respond on behalf